West Ham are not ready for this season. It's looking like we're a little bit of a mess, to be honest, on the pitch and off the pitch. The whole Kretinsky, Amanda Staveley situation. We don't know who our owner's going to be, let alone who our bloody left winger's going to be this season. Slightly concerning, to be honest with you. And I was on Talksport with Alan Brazil and Gabriel Bonglahor to talk about this. So look, go and check this out now, and then I'll come back afterwards and go in a little bit more depth.
So join us now for a bit more on what this season could look like for West Ham. It's a very good morning to West Ham fan, TV presenter Dan Lawless. Morning, Dan.
Morning, Dan.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome, Dan. Listen, it's amazing how quickly the season comes round again. West Ham Pompey in the Cup. Board, listen, it's got to be sorted quickly. I know it's difficult when there's so much money involved, but hopefully this is a good thing, isn't it, for West Ham fans? Because you were very unhappy.
It's a bit of a problem, a bit of a mess, but it's an exciting mess to have, to be honest with you. Look, we've been wanting new ownership for years and years and years, and now we have two people come along at the same time that seem to be fighting over, who wants to run this club. And it's a crazy situation. Daniel Kretinsky, we all thought he was going to be the guy end of season that was going to be taking over the club. Sullivan stepping back. And then Amanda Staveley, who's been rumoured and linked with the club. And I didn't want to allow myself to believe that she would actually come in, because it's what I've been hoping for years. She comes in and tries to buy the shares of Amanda Gold out from under him. Vanessa Gold, sorry.
I think she's keen to sell, isn't she?
Sorry?
She's keen to sell Gold, I believe so.
Yeah, she's been looking to sell for a few years now, but there hadn't seemed to be a buyer come in. And Kretinsky wanted to buy, I think, 16% of the shares, and Amanda Staveley's come in and wanted to buy all of them, which is obviously massively appealing. And now Kretinsky's trying to block it, which is frustrating for me, because I think Amanda Staveley is the best hope for the club to get sort of everything that we've been wanting.
Well, it appears that she's got a lot of backing, a lot of money behind her. So, and unfortunately, in this day and age, that's what you need at a football club, money.
For West Ham, look, we need someone to come in and heavily invest, make sure we get out of the Championship, and then go and see, like what Newcastle have done, take us to new heights, maybe one day Champions League football, maybe a trophy again, a domestic trophy. But the big thing for me is, I believe she's the best chance for us to get a proper football stadium, whether that's redeveloping the one we've got. There's talks about her potentially wanting to knock this one down and build a new one, which is exciting for us.
Yeah.
Dan, how are you feeling about the season? West Ham are favourites to get promoted, first place. Are you happy with the squad of players, or do you think maybe you need a few more attacking options?
I don't think we're favourites. I wouldn't put us favourites right now with the squad that we've got. Keeping Jared Bowen was excellent. It was really good, and we've still got a few other Premier League players that we're hoping to stay, like Mavropanos and Castellanos. But there's massive holes in this squad at the moment. We seriously lack pace. We lack creativity. We haven't got any depth, when it comes to centre-back or midfield, still issues, and we haven't replaced Somerville. So the fact that we've sold really well is great, but we're still yet to make any signings. Yeah. So I'm actually quite concerned going into the new season as it stands.
Yeah, I always feel that a team like West Ham, or a team that gets relegated, if you start the season well, get the first 3-4 games, get 2-3 wins and a draw, unbeaten, you can go on and go on and go on. I think it's all about the start. They've got to start well. I don't know what it's like on paper, your fixtures, but West Ham have got to get on with it and just say, look, we're the Premiership side that have come down. We're better players than you, and we're going to prove it. A big start is what's needed, Dan.
Definitely.
We've got a tough start. First we've got to go away to Burnley, which is going to be very tough. And I just worry we haven't got enough Championship experience in there, which I was hoping we'd bring in. We brought in this guy from Southampton to help us with recruiting some Championship players, but nothing's materialised yet. And like I said, we've got better players, but if you've got someone like Jared Bowen, who's your main man, teams are going to know to target him and mark him out the game. And you haven't got anyone else there that can really step up. So for me, I can see us really starting slow if we don't go quickly and try and get some signings in. So I don't see why they're struggling to get the players in. We've had all summer, so we've got a cup game. Okay, so look, if we get knocked out of that, it's not the end of the world. But by the time we play Burnley, we need some players in desperately.
Obviously, the big game for for both clubs' fans, Millwall, West Ham.
Oh.
Now, Millwall are a good side here. As you know, hopefully we're going to be talking about football and nothing else. Millwall, West Ham, 29th of August. It's going to be free on air, and is it free to air on television? So that's got to be good news, isn't it? A lot of people can watch that one.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, first, the fact that it's free to air on ITV is massive, and it shows you what a huge game this is. I think it's going to be a game that the country will be watching, you know. And Millwall, I do worry about that game. You know, I've just laid out the problems that we have. It's going to be a heated game. It's going to be a physical game, and I want to make sure we've got a team that's up for it, because I want to win that. You know, their fans are going to be desperate to smash us. So for West Ham, we need to make sure we're ready for that game. As it stands, we're not ready. But like with the country watching, I want to see us go there and smash Millwall completely, and we need to go make sure we're ready.
Well, it's wishful thinking, because, as I say, it's a tough game, and it's only around the corner, 19th of September. Dan, listen, brilliant to talk to you. I've got a soft spot for West Ham, I really do.
I couldn't get into as much depth on some of the subjects because, you know, I expected them to sort of challenge me and push back on things and be able to sort of get into the ownership situation and the state of the squad. They was very agreeable, very nice. But there's a lot to get into, really. And as I said, I'm worried about the team. Where are the signings? We're supposed to be bidding again for this Engels from Celtic, but that doesn't look like it's close. There's talks about Troy Parrott, which again doesn't seem like it's close. And we're about to start our season in 3 days in the Carabao Cup against Portsmouth with a team that is drastically weaker. And of course the team was going to get weaker, but we haven't filled any holes in the squad. Footy Insider posted West Ham's expected team for the season. It's close. Ward-Prowse in the 10, Bowen, Souček, Magassa, who hasn't played all pre-season, pretty much has been injured. Diouf, who hasn't played all pre-season, but he'll probably be there. I mean, that team is not a team that I'm confident of getting promoted. So they've put Souček in there. He won't be beginning the season. So it will probably be Tatty, Pablo. He'll probably play Ward-Prowse on the wing. God help us. He'll probably play Ward-Prowse on the wing in a 2 up top. We're in trouble so far, you know, so we really need to get a move on. And I don't know if this ownership thing has been holding it up or what. Everything's so muddy at the moment with the club. You know, is it a case of the ownership don't want to spend money because we don't know who's going to own what shares and who's going to be the majority? And is that, but I don't see how, because there's Kretinsky's money and there's the club's money. And that money we generate through sales is the club's money. Kretinsky had come out and said earlier, you know, that the debt wasn't as bad as it was made out. We've generated a good bit of money. That 12 million euros for Potts is pure profit in PSR FFP. And then, you know, it was 85 mil for Fernandez. You know, nearly 70 mil for Somerville. Like, we should be able to make some signings. I'm not saying we can go out and be splashing 40 mil on a player and then 25 mil on another. But we should have people through the door. And I look at it, and shout out to Ryan, my fellow West Ham fan TV co-host. He sent it in the chat earlier. It was signing this Adam Webster, right? Centre back. And it barely ain't played since like May 2025. And I see people going, well, you know, he's fine. He's going to be third, fourth choice. So how does that move the needle? How does that benefit West Ham? Like, how is that going to help us at the start of the season? We need to sign starters. We do need depth as well. We're going to need depth. I think we need cover for Bowen, right? And some centre-back cover. We do need that, of course. But the urgency has to be getting a starting left winger. I think we need a striker. I really do. Talk about Pablo wanting out. Mate, there's the door. I've seen some saying he could be our next Joe Linton. Let's move him deeper. Apparently Nuno does want to play him as a 10. the guy looks so uncomfortable on the ball. I don't see how he's going to turn into a Joe Linton. Play him as a DM. Because off the ball, great. Pressing, tackling, good. Play a simple pass. But I'm sorry, if you ask him to progress the ball or make any good passes and really create, I don't think we're ever going to get that from Pablo. Big question marks over Castellanos. I think, look, I would like to keep him, and I think he could be good, but we're relying on him to bang goals for us. To me, it is Bowen or bust when it comes to our attack. Our attack is a mess. It is Bowen or bust. Because we haven't got anything else when it comes to firepower that you can rely on. Teams will target and mark Bowen out the game. He's going to have a tough time of it. He really is, unless we bring him some support. Just being Bowen isn't going to be enough to go and smash it and bang the goals in. It's really pitiful, really, our attack. And it looked like you could see it in pre-season. You know, we got these young players there, right? Like Ajala, Fearon, who he gets one game. I think it was a Stevenage game, and looks really good again. Not seen for the rest of pre-season. There's talented youngsters there, and I don't trust Nuno to utilise them. So we can all say, oh, well, the youngsters will get a chance. The youngsters, will they? Callum Marshall and Freddie Potts have been sold off. This was a great chance for Freddie Potts this season. He's experienced. He's one of the few players that we've got with recent championship experience. And we've just sold him. And it is a good price, and like I said, profit, but we just sold him to Bruges. With no one near coming in. So our midfield is looking like it's going to be what? Magassa. It's going to be Magassa and Ward-Prowse, or Kante and Ward-Prowse. A really sort of experienced player, but slow player that's maybe slightly past his best, with a very inexperienced young player. Where's the balance there, you know, in terms of just quality, something that you can rely on? So it's crazy to me. It is crazy to me that we are going into the season, probably our biggest season in a long, long time, with the squad in this state. And the reason it is probably our biggest season in a long time, because we have to get promoted. We have to go up. There is no two ways about it. We don't go up, we're screwed. Parachute payments decrease, revenue decreases. We start to lose more of these players. You're not keeping Bowen. Apparently, Bowen's got a 15 mil release clause if we don't come back up. We are banging trouble if we don't get promoted. So we need to start taking this window deadly serious. I don't care whether it's Kretinsky that's only on it. I don't care if it's Staveley. Obviously, I want it to be Staveley. But while we're in limbo with ownership, someone needs to take the reins and spend the money. Kretinsky still owns, 25% now. He sold 2% to his mate. Still owns a decent share of this football club. It's his investment at stake. So whether you're getting the gold shares or not, mate, you need to steady this ship and make sure that we're getting players in so we can get back up and your shares are worth even more. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. It's frustrating, but I'm hoping something starts to happen and we go into that Burnley game with a better looking team than this. And Staveley gets ownership. And hopefully Staveley does end up coming back in and it's not over. Merdad Godowsi, Staveley's husband, followed me on Twitter. And apparently he's followed a few West Ham accounts. So clearly it's not over. They're not ready to give up. They're still very much interested. So they may have an ace up their sleeve. Why would they go and start just randomly following West Ham accounts if this sort of ace in the hole that Kretinsky seems to be using of selling 2% of his shares and buying up all of the gold shares, you know, and freezing them out and putting it into it. If that was the case, why would they be following? It's a spurious little bit of hope, but it's a bit of hope. It's a bit of hope. It's there. Come on, let's hope there's something to it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. There's going to be lots of content on here and West Ham Fan TV over the summer, of course.